You got to be willing to unfollow these folks. You cannot get walked all over. You cannot be a doormat. You know, you love them so dearly, you can love them dearly from a distance. People always want to give you their 2 cents. And the reason why it's called 2 cents is because that's all it's worth. Barely anything. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bahja. If this is your first time seeing my face, then hey, welcome to the channel. And if you've been here before, like always, it is an honor and a pleasure to have you here with me. I realize that I am selfish, and I've discovered that you have to be selfish as well if you want to be successful. Now, before you attack me, hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Give me a second to explain myself. I pour everything into myself, and I have been for the last 3 years. It is not the easier thing to do. In fact, it is the more difficult thing to do. And so why do I do it? Why do I choose the hard instead of choosing the comfort? Why do I choose to challenge myself when it's easier to stay stagnant and, just move through life and not really do anything with myself and just let life hit me? Why do I choose differently? It is because I know that in that discomfort is where growth lies. It is how I'm going to live a fulfilling life, a more meaningful life. And that is exactly what I did for myself. And that is exactly what I want you guys to do for yourselves this year as well. If you don't learn to be selfish, you will always be living for other people. If you feel stagnant, if you feel stuck, if you feel unfulfilled, it is because you are not living true to yourself. There's this quote by Jim Rohn that I just love so much. He said, if you do not design your own life plan, chances are you will fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not very much. The majority of you guys are around my age range, my age group, and I know that because I can see the analytics. Yeah, I'm 22, and a lot of you guys are either in your teens or in your 20s and 30s. This is important, and I'm mentioning this because this is the most important time of our lives. This is the time where we are the healthiest. This is the time where we are the strongest. This is the time where we are the most active, and this is the time where we can manage the most in our lives. These times are crucial, and the earlier you start your journey of self-improvement, of self-discovery, of growth, the better, and it will pay off so much later down the road. I don't like this idea that you are sacrificing your younger years for your future self. I don't believe that that is what it is. I think that you are using this time to its fullest potential. I think that you are using this time wisely in a way where you are able to discover your greatness, where you are able to discover new things, where you can trial and error, where you can just do whatever it is that you want to do and really just figure things out for yourself. I am not telling you guys that you guys have to overthink everything that you do, every action that you take to become a guru and lock yourself in your room and kind of just like overthink life. It's really important to make those dumb decisions and to do the crazy things because those are learning experiences as well. You will grow gradually as you live life and experience life. So do not overthink every single decision that you make and every single thing that you do. However, it is still important to be intentional about what you do. If you can come back and remind yourself of your vision and your goals and who you want to be, that reflection and that awareness is what's really, really important and what will allow you to succeed later on in the future. So it's not necessarily you have to do everything right. You have to overthink every action that you take. Do what you got to do, okay? Live your life to its fullest potential, and that means sometimes making dumb decisions, doing the wrong things, because that is really the only way to learn, okay? Sometimes you need to hang out with the wrong people to learn from it. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I love you. We all have priorities, and it is your choice how you want to spend your life. But if you want to F around and do whatever you want and make poor choices, then go right ahead. However, it will reflect in your life later down the road. That is life. I do not make the rules. Deciding to overcome that instant gratification, putting yourself through challenges, saying no to the things that don't benefit you, all of that does not take away from your life, but it adds to it. I promise you, you will uncover so much potential within yourself and so much greatness. You will become so confident and you will be able to improve your life so much currently. And then it will later project into your life in the most beautiful way possible. Before we dive into today's video, I want to share with you guys something extremely exciting. This video is sponsored by Shortform, and let me tell you, it is a game changer. Shortform is the best way to learn about ideas from all of your favorite books that you've been meaning to read. What makes Shortform so genius is that they give you the world's best guides. These guides are super detailed, providing you the book's key points at such a deep level. I think the coolest part is they have interactive activities to help you understand the concepts better. Trust me, this is a game changer for retention. Shortform covers some of my favorite personal books like The High Five Habit and The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, Limitless by Jim Quick, Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and even some popular books like Atomic Habits by James Clear. By joining through my link shortform.com/Behja, you will receive a free trial of unlimited access and an additional 20% discount on the annual subscription. This gives you access to thousands of book guides for the price of one book a month. You gotta give Shortform a try. There's literally no excuses for you not to be reading. Now let's get back to how we can prioritize ourselves and level up in our selfish girl era. Once again, thank you so much, Shortform, for making it easier for us to learn and grow. Let's get back to our video. Let's talk about what it means to be selfish, because I am no way, shape, or form promoting for you to be a-hole, okay? According to the dictionary, to be selfish is to be a person who lacks consideration for other people, concerned solely with their own personal profit and pleasure. When we talk about selfishness, it usually has a negative connotation to it. We talk about it in a negative way, and we talk about it in comparison to selflessness, which is seen as such a good thing. It's seen as generosity. It just makes you such an amazing person if you're selfless. The truth is, it is impossible to be just one and not the other. Selflessness is not the opposite of selfishness. They're not polar to each other, but they are linked. However, in life, it is crucial to be able to balance both selfishness and selflessness. If you lean towards selflessness, you will be walked all over. You will never actually get to where you want to be. People will take advantage of you and will not respect you. You will miss out on expressing yourself and living a life that is true to you. And if you lean more towards selflessness, this is getting hard. If you become completely selfish and you neglect other people and you only look out for yourself, that will also lead you to a life of misery. No one is completely selfless. If you are sitting here thinking, oh no, I would never be selfish. I am so generous and I am so giving, but are you really? Are you truly putting everybody before yourself? Or is it driven by this desire to be needed, to feel important, to feel good? Is it to mask your insecurity? The truth is, every action has an underlying desire. We as human beings do not take action unless there is a desire, something that we want to benefit from it. Another example would be volunteer work. Helping other people. You don't get anything in return. You don't get paid for it. You do this out of just loving to help people. You love to help people. It makes you happy. You love seeing other people happy. Although you're not benefiting anything materialistic, you are benefiting from it because it makes you happy. It makes you feel good. And so the reason why you do it is because you gain fulfillment and joy. It is still a transaction. Authenticity involves being truthful with yourself about your needs and your desires, then fulfilling them through action. On social media, we sometimes hear, focus on yourself, pour everything into yourself. You don't owe anybody anything, but that is wrong. What you owe people is respect. It's not that you don't owe anyone anything. You owe them respect. You should love for another person what you love for yourself. You should refrain from envy and just hold that respect for them. That is what you owe other people. Being selfish is investing in yourself. Investing in yourself transforms to a selfless act when it enables you to inspire and help other people. As humans, our ultimate purpose in life is to serve. Depending on what stage in your life you are at, you are always serving others, whether it is being a daughter, being a sister, being a friend, being a boss, being a teacher, being an employee. You are always serving other people. You have to prioritize yourself, understand your goals, and set your standards. Once you establish and define your vision and your beliefs and your values and your goals, and you know your needs, that is when you can confidently offer your services to the world. When I say be selfish, I don't mean disregarding other people completely, but it's about learning about yourself, your values, your beliefs, your needs, your desired lifestyle, and then saying no to anything and anyone that is not in alignment with that. Depending on what stage in your life you are in, sometimes you're going to be more selfless, sometimes you're going to be more selfish. So let's talk a little bit about how you are going to be selfish. First of all, you know exactly what you need to do to be successful. You need to have the right environment, the right habits, the right mindset to get to where you want to be, and you know that. When I was running the Rewrite Your Story program last year, I asked the girls in the group, what do you need to do right now to improve your life, to make your life better? Every single one of them had a list of things to do. You know what needs to be done, okay? And if you can't think about anything that you can do to better your life, think about all the things that you can do to ruin your life, to get to where you don't want to be, and flip that. Don't do those things. I don't know, for some reason, it's a lot easier for us to think of the things that will ruin us than things that will benefit us. I don't want to hear this excuse of, I don't know what to do. Yes, you do, okay? You just don't listen to it. And I know you because I've been there before as well, okay? I know that's exactly what you're doing. You're afraid of the change that it will make. You're afraid that you won't be a part of that friend group anymore, and that you will be lonely, and that you will be alone, and that you will have no one. You're afraid of what other people would think of you if you put yourself out there. You're afraid of what other people would think if you fail. You don't have to admit it to anyone. You don't have to admit it to the world, but I'm willing to admit it to the world that yes, that is what I was afraid of. Yes, that is what was holding me back. Yes, I did know what to do, but I didn't want to do it because I was afraid of change. So that maybe one of you guys can admit that to yourselves quietly. You know that you cannot be for everyone. You know that there are specific people in your life that do not benefit you in any way. You know that you have to let go of certain things in order to be successful in the goals that you have set for yourself. You have to become selfish and do what benefits you and what benefits you only. And you have to be willing to say no to everything that is not that. For my empaths, for my loving and caring folks, this one is for you. You cannot save everyone. You cannot save people that do not want to be saved, okay? I love people so deeply and so dearly. I just always been that way. Like, I love people. I want to fix every problem. Like, if I could fix every problem in the world, like I would do it, but it's just not possible. You have to let people experience their own journey. You have to let people make mistakes. You have to let people mess up, and all you can do is pray that they find their way to being better. And all you can do is better and improve yourself so that you may be an example for them. No matter how much you love a person, you cannot save them. I had a friend who I loved so much. She was literally a sister to me, and she was extremely supportive of me when I started my self-development and self-improvement journey. She saw that I wanted to be better. She respected my boundaries of, you know, when I saw her, I would tell her, like, do not tell me nobody's business. We are not talking bad about anyone. And she respected those boundaries. And as I grew, I wanted her to grow with me so badly. I would have conversations with her about how we can be better, my aspirations, what she can do, how we can level up our lives. But I knew that what I was saying was going through one ear and coming up right back out of the other, through her actions, through just everything. She just wasn't ready. She just wasn't there yet. But she continued to do things that I no longer was willing to do, that I was no longer willing to tolerate, because I had a new set of standards. And I realized that I couldn't change her. So I just left her alone, and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed that she would make her way, and that she would find her way. And I continued to hang out with her, and I just couldn't let go of her. And I knew that I had to let go of her if I wanted to continue growing, but I couldn't, because I just loved her so much, and she was like my sister. I didn't feel like I was better than her in any way, because I understood that I was taking the harder path, and not everyone is willing to do that. And just to be clear, it is the harder path now, but it becomes the easier path later. And the easier path now becomes the harder path later. I didn't feel like I was benefiting from her in any way. I felt like the time that I spent with her was a waste of time, because I now understood the value of my time. I now understood that I could be pouring this time into something else, but I didn't want to cut her off because she was like my sister. As time went on, And I'm not even being dramatic when I say this. My physical body started to react to her. Like my physical body started to react. When I would leave and get in my car, I felt so heavy. I felt sick to my stomach. Like my stomach actually felt sick. And I'm not necessarily saying that she was a bad person. We just did not vibe the way that we used to. The things that she does, I could no longer tolerate. Our values were no longer aligned. You can never change anyone. They must be willing to change themselves in order to change. But you also cannot let people hold you back or drag you down with them. And so with that being said, as painful as it was for me to remove her from my life and to let her go as a friend, it is exactly what I needed to do to be the person that I am today and to grow as much as I did. That's simply because we were not headed in the same direction at the time. I used to be someone who said friends can't really influence me. I'm so strong in my values and in my beliefs that, I can hang around these people and they just will not have any. That is BS. Your friends, it's been scientifically proven. It's in the Bible, it's in the Quran, it's in all of the old timeless wisdoms that your friends are your biggest influencers. And so no matter how strong you think you are, if you want to find out for yourself, you can find out for yourself. But if you want to take my advice, I'm telling you right now, the people who are not good for you in your life, honey, they gotta go. If you're willing to stick around and find out, you stick around and find out. But it's not even just friends. Family members, you cannot change. You cannot change anybody unless they want to change and are willing to change. All you can do is move forward, hope that they change and they become better, and hope that you can inspire them. Another thing that I've learned that I'm going to tell you now, but if you want to learn the hard way, you can go and learn the hard way. Nobody cares about you the way that you could care about yourself, okay? Everyone is selfish to a certain extent. And your friends, your family, people will never understand exactly what you're going through because you are the one going through it. And as badly as you want them to get it, as badly as you want them to be there for you and understand you, they cannot because they are not in your shoes. Your problems will not be as deep to someone else as it is for you. This is not to say that people are completely useless. My family and my friends have literally been the unknowingly what has kept me going. And so having good people is important, but just know that no one's really going to get you the way that you get yourself. And so you must be selfish in that manner where you take care of yourself, where you pour into yourself, and then go and spread your light to other people. The moment you begin to say no, the moment that you begin to say no to anything that is not in alignment with you, with your values, with your beliefs, with your standards, with who you want to become and the lifestyle that you want to have, if you are able to say no, you will become magnetic to all of the things that are now in alignment with who you are and who you're becoming. You have to be willing to let go of the stuff that no longer serve you. If you want to attract into your life the things that will benefit you, the things that will move you forward, the things that will make you feel fulfilled, because you are now being true to yourself, you are being authentic. And I have an entire video of the power of being authentic, staying true to yourself and to your values and living by your own means. Okay? We live in a society where everything has been normalized, where it's just follow the leader, follow the person in front of you. You need to stop doing that and you need to say no. You need to learn to set boundaries and say no to everything that is not in alignment with this new standard and this new life that you are planning out for yourself, that you want to achieve and that you want to experience. And it is different for everyone. Not everyone is going to have the exact same journey as you, and you have to be okay with that. It is going to be, and I'm going on a tangent right now, but it's going to be a lonely journey. It's going to be a lonely process sometimes, but you will always find the right people as long as you stay strong and you say no to everything else. People will respect you so much more when you are able to say no, when you are able to stick to your values and your beliefs. It doesn't matter who it is, your coworkers, you don't have to hang out with them. You don't have to do what they're doing because you feel like you're going to be the odd one out, okay? You're going to have so much more respect when you do you. People make way for people who have boundaries. People make way and respect for people who have their own standards and live by them. You cannot be wishy-washy on your own stuff. If you're wishy-washy, you're going to experience wishy and washy, okay? You don't want to experience wishy and washy. Like I always say, in life, you do not get what you want. You get who you become. You will always be a magnet to the people who are like you. You will always be a magnet to the things that are in alignment with you, the things that you seek and the goals that you have set, okay? And so this is why it's so important to have a clear vision of where you are headed, who you want to be, and this is why it's so important to put your focus there and say no to everything that's not that. Okay, so let's get into my ultimate guide to being selfish, things that you can do, actionable steps that you can take to make 2024 the year where you truly prioritize yourself and your own well-being so that you could lead a fulfilling and exciting life. Number one is have clear values. What is important to you? Why is it important to you? What do you value in your life? Why are these things important to you? I feel like for me personally, a lot of my values are stem from my religion and my beliefs. And that might be the case for a lot of you guys as well. And so what do you value? Why is this important to you? Do you value friendship? Do you value having good relationships with your family? What do you value? What is important to you? And that is what you're going to prioritize. Number two is set standards, okay? What are you willing to accept? This is standards for yourself, and this is standards for everybody around you. This is standards for your friendships. This is standards for your relationships, everything, okay? What are your standards? What are you willing to accept? What are you willing not to accept? It is okay to not accept everything. I think we live in a society where it's like you have to accept everything and everyone and every idea. No, it is okay to not accept what is not in alignment with your values and your beliefs. It is okay to not accept what you don't want to experience in life. If you do things and you accept things just because everybody else is doing it and everybody else is, living that way, you are going to live a miserable life and you're going to always feel unaligned with yourself, and you're always going to feel weird. You're always going to feel down. You're never going to really live a life that is true to you. Be honest and be okay with not accepting everything and everyone, okay? When it comes to people and other people, simply observe. I've been doing this from such a young age where I just observe the people around me, kind of see where their actions and their behavior leads them, and then ask myself, do I want to go down that road? Do I really want to end up like this person? And without judgment, okay? Without judgment, ask yourself, do I want to end up like this person? Do I want to go down the same path as these people? If you do not, then you simply don't have to accept it. You simply don't have to go down that path. You simply do not have to be like them. Look at the people around you. Look at their actions. Look at their behaviors. Do you want to be like that person without judgment, okay? People who tend to judge other people either do not know the pain of change, the pain of taking the harder path, and they don't know what it takes, or they simply have this need to feel superior and to feel better than somebody else because they're insecure. And that's just the truth. Like I said, you always know what needs to be done to get to where you want to be. You already know the people that are not good for you. You already know the habits that are not good for you. You already know what is not serving you. You just have to respect yourself enough to say no to those things. Okay, so the next thing is set boundaries. Say no to anything that is not in alignment with you. And I feel like a lot of people just need permission. Girl, it is okay to unfollow people. It is okay to spend less time with certain people. It is okay to cut people off if that's something that you're willing to do. Set boundaries. Unfollow people on social media. Just because social media isn't your real life environment, you are still influenced by the people that you follow. So the people that are not in alignment with where you want to go, if you don't look at someone and say, oh, I'm really inspired by this person, I want to be like this person, I love what this person is doing, they gotta go, and it is okay. I remember I unfollowed a lot of people from my city. Were there people who texted me and said, why did you unfollow me? Yes, but those people are weird to me. If someone unfollowed me, I would never ask them why they unfollowed me, okay? They do influence you a lot. When you are going on this journey, I'm telling you, your standards will continue to grow higher and higher and higher, and you will be less tolerant of certain people and certain behaviors because you do not want anything to mess up the good streak streak that you have for yourself. You wouldn't want anything to mess up the person that you've become, the life that you've created for yourself. And if you want to get to that point, you got to be willing to unfollow these folks. Unfollow these folks, okay? And spend less time with certain people. So let's say, for example, family members. Family members, to me personally, are people that I do not want to cut off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a value of mine. It's my values, okay? And so just spend less time with them. If you have a friend and, you love them so dearly, you can love them dearly from a distance. Nobody's telling you you have to not like them. Make it clear to your coworkers that this is what I'm willing to accept. This is what I'm not willing to accept. And I literally did this, you guys. I don't think you guys understand. When I was working my job, I was very vocal about who I was, what I was willing to accept, what my values were, my beliefs, and I was not going to accept anything less. Like, my coworkers would go out and they would drink, and of course I'm Muslim. I don't do that. I'm not her. And I do value my beliefs so much. And so I told them straight up, I am never going to do that with you guys. I don't care how many times you guys ask me. I don't care if you guys don't like me. Like, I'm not going to do that with you. And you know what? Everybody respected me. I told the guys straight up, I do not date and I don't want you. And they respected that so much. Like, people respect people who are strong in their beliefs and in their values and are willing to stand up for themselves. And you know what? Sometimes you got to cut people off. The thing with that is people will always perceive you how they want to perceive you. When I removed myself from certain groups, certain people, when I stood up for myself and my beliefs, people called me selfish. People said I was self-obsessed, a narcissist. They only perceive you that way because of their own beliefs. It has nothing to do with you. And you cannot live your life in fear of how other people are going to perceive you. I promise you, the rewards of doing the hard things now are going to be so rewarding later on. It's going to be just amazing later on. So make it clear to people, okay? Make it clear to your family members in the most respectful way. I am not willing to do this anymore. I am not willing to talk like this with you anymore. Let's bring it down a notch. When you start to do that, you will start to realize the people around you change for the better. And if not, they'll make that clear as well. And you just got to keep it pushing. You got to stay strong in your own beliefs. You got to stay strong in your own values and stand your ground. You cannot get walked all over. You cannot be a doormat. Next is have a vision. I probably talk about this in every single video that I have up. If you do not have a vision and you don't have a life to move towards, something to pursue, then your life is going to feel so purposeless. Is that a word? Purposeless? It's not going to feel meaningful at all. A lot of times the reason why people feel depressed and down is because they don't have something that they pursue. Having a goal, having a vision, having something to pursue makes you happier. There's actually scientific studies that are now coming out proving that your will to live is directly connected to whether or not you challenge yourself and you do difficult things and you pursue meaningful, purposeful work. Life is difficult in general, and you have to be willing to choose your heart. Life is challenging, life is difficult, but having goals and having something to move towards and having a dream makes it worth living. Next is don't take advice from just anyone. People always want to give you their 2 cents, and the reason why it's called 2 cents is because that's all it's worth. Barely anything. Be selective and selfish with who you take advice from. If your mom is an incredible mother, okay, and you think she's an amazing mother, she raised you guys so good, you're going to take advice from her for being a mother. If she's an amazing cook, take cooking advice from her. If she's an amazing public speaker, take public speaking points from her. However, if she's never started a business before, why are you taking business advice from her? Everybody wants to give you something. They want to feel like they're giving you something. And sometimes it's nothing, okay? So be selective with who you are taking advice from. Look at them. See if they actually qualify for giving you advice on certain things and accept it or reject it, and that's okay. Keep it pushing. Be respectful about it. Don't be like, I'm not taking your advice. Be respectful about it, okay? Because remember what I said, you owe people respect. Listen to what they have to say. Question it. Ask if this is appropriate. If it's not, keep it pushing. Next is keep your own promises, show up for yourself intentionally, and invest in yourself. If you don't necessarily have a dream to pursue, a goal to pursue that you can invest time, energy, effort into, start with the basics of body, mind, soul, environment, finances. It doesn't have to be all 5 of those things. Pick and choose which ones you want to prioritize and start there. If you know where you are headed, invest in yourself. And I mean invest money as well as invest time and energy and effort, okay? All of those things are the most valuable things to you. Investing time into yourself is, instead of sleeping in, wake up early and hit the gym because it is better for you. Invest money into yourself by getting a course, which, shameless plug, Rewrite Your Story is going to be coming out very soon. More information about it is going to be coming out soon. So make sure you guys sign up for the newsletters and keep an eye out for any announcements, okay? But whether that's investing in a course like Rewrite Your Story, or investing in something like Shortform, which we talked about earlier, or investing in a personal trainer, or putting your money and investing into a startup. Invest your money, invest your time, and invest your energy into everything that will allow you to be better. Seek knowledge, okay? Seek knowledge and build skill. Read books, take courses, take advantage of the opportunities that are all around you. If you are in school, right? Ask good questions. It is small things like that that will move you towards your dream life, that will improve your self-image. You don't have to necessarily achieve so many amazing things in order for your self-image to improve. It is doing little things like asking questions in class. It is little things like doing an extra rep at the gym. Me personally, I will force myself to go on the Stairmaster just to feel like I did one hard thing that day. Extra rep just to feel like I did one hard thing that day, just to improve my self-image and prove to myself that yes, I can do hard things. This will make you so confident. Invest in yourself by taking time to follow people on social media who will benefit you and who will inspire you. By taking risks and doing whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to start creating content, invest in yourself. Spend that money that you would spend at Starbucks, because we're boycotting Starbucks, boo, and spend that money towards something that will benefit you. Pour it into yourself because you are your greatest asset. Investing into yourself will be the best investment that you make in your life. When you become stronger, when you become smarter, when you become more skilled, I promise you that money is going to come back tenfold. When you have a strong foundation that you've built by investing in yourself, by doing the hard things, by challenging yourself every single day, by doing one hard thing, by building that discipline, by reading those books, by learning those skills, by saying no to all the things that no longer benefit you. Although those things are hard now, it will be the best thing that you could do for your future self. Out of respect for yourself, out of respect for the tools, the resources, the time, the life, the potential that you might not even be aware of yet that God has given you, pour into yourself. Be selfish with your time and energy and set standards for yourself. Do the challenging things, do the hard things. You are setting yourself up for an amazing future and you will not settle. Settling is for people who do not feel worthy of more. And the only way to feel worthy of more is by showing yourself that you are capable, by doing the hard things, by stepping outside of your comfort zone. You have to show yourself that you are worthy of amazing things by investing your time and your energy into yourself. And I promise you, you will truly feel worthy of anything that you set your mind to, of any opportunity that presents itself to you. Like I said, in life, you do not get what you want, you get who you are. And so if you want better opportunities, if you want to live a better life, if you want to experience better things, if you want to have better people around you, become better and they will find you. I promise you. Do not let people dim your light. You need to shine so bright that you illuminate their path as well, that you illuminate other people's paths as well, so that they can see their potential, that they can discover their beauty and their light that is within them, and so that they can feel as good as you feel, so that they can live as good as you live. Becoming selfish will lead you to living a selfless life. That is all that I have for you guys today. I love you so much. I wish you guys the best of everything in life. And I know that somebody's gonna watch this video and feel extremely inspired by it. And I know that somebody's gonna watch this video and then do nothing about it. Can't change everyone with this video, but I hope that it reaches the right people, and I hope that it inspires you to start pouring into yourself and to really truly enter your selfish girl era so that you can be selfless, so that you can be there for other people, so that you can show up in the world and serve the way that you're meant to serve. I love you so much, and I hope to see you next time.